Oh, friends, I got so much stuff to do, and I realized the electric fence wasn't working. And then I remembered it was doing this when Moline Dad was here. We even talked about it, and then I never did anything about it. And now I see what the issue is. Look at that. Hitting a panel, which they have opened, which also explains how there is several little calves out running about. So I guess I'll block this off, then they won't know how to get back in. But yeah, the old Cyclops, man, she comes alive. The first hit is just a warning, but if it gets you twice in a row, it lets you have it. So I'll fix that, and then I'll bring you back that we can actually accomplish the task that I was going to do today, and we'll do that right after this. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, Ross the Oliver Man. And we're running out of daylight, friends. Today turned into a really, I don't know what you want to say. I know some of the words I'm thinking in my brain, but that wouldn't do any good. But I didn't get anything done today because of other things. And that's frustrating because now we're behind again. We need to be getting you videos out. But I think we're ready for this project. As last you may recall, we painted some spaceships and we got this all cleaned up. And boy, don't she look pretty. Pretty enough that a bird decided to take a dump on it, but that's fine. We got all this extra drying time, you see, which makes the old gloss black paint harden up real nice. Over here, we have, I hope, a tire that's gonna do the thing for us. This came from Cousin. An 18434, which should be what we took off of there. It's an Izukati. I don't know, but one of my Fiats had those on it, so that must have been a brand that was sold around here at one time. A good old foreign tire. Super Agriola, or Agricola, or Agri something. Doesn't matter. Point is, it's black, it's round, it's rubber, and it's gonna go on there. So the first thing I gotta do, unfortunately, is dip it out. I stole Buddy the dog's dish, nothing more than a ice cream bucket. But we gotta bail out the tire, because I would say that over at Cousin's it has sat a while, and it has accumulated some water, you see. So maybe it accumulated that here. I don't know. I don't remember what day he brought it. Well, I do remember what day he brought it, but I don't remember if it's rained. Yeah, it would have rained a little since then, but whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is, what fun would this be if there wasn't more work to do? So I'm gonna dip that a while and then probably try to find something to mop it out the rest of the way. Then we'll see if we can't make it happen. What we're gonna have to do is get that on there, and then it's probably gonna be a little bit of a struggle bus because the rim is so wide and this tire sat a while to where it's kind of flat. So once we get it on there, we're gonna have to try to pull. I don't know how well that's gonna go. I do know it's been a sunny day and it's been in the sun all day, so maybe it's pliable. That's what I'm hoping. All right, are you there? I hope so, because I think I had the camera on the wrong function. So hopefully that's not too much wasted footage, but we are here. We have it pretty good. We have it started on there. We just need to get it the rest of the way. I went to go get the Auser. Now I'm going to try to figure out where to set you that you might be able to watch, but also that my fatness does not obscure your view. Also, another very real danger to this is when you get so morbidly obese, sometimes, you know, your underwear hangs out and stuff, and then you got to edit that out, and that's a hassle. So I'm just going to try to stay off the camera as much as possible, you know. Can you see that? Maybe. Do I care? A little bit. This is a lot of work to do it for nothing, you know. Let's start nicely. Let's start with the little stick. I don't think that's going to be enough though. I should also take it back out of gear because yep. Ho, ho, ho. See, I knew it would immediately start rolling the second that I did that. Also, but not limited to, I may have to raise it up a little bit because may have to raise it up because I have a feeling once I get it kicked on there, it's going to be rubbing the ground and it'll be fighting us. See, it would also greatly help if I was motivated to do this today, but I am so over it that I really would just like to go in the house and try again tomorrow, you know. It's one of those days. Yeah, we're not high enough off the ground. That's our big struggle bus here. Get it. That's too big a bite. I knew that. What would really suck is if I realized I put it on backwards, wouldn't it? That would suck. I didn't, but it would suck. I'm just making conversation. I'm not saying that I did it wrong. Now, it'd be great if I had the Ozzer. What did I do with it? I just had it in my hand. Isn't that frustrating? Where could I have laid it? On the floorboard. Oh, come on. Come on. I gotta get. Come on. Friends, you don't even know what I do for you. Like when I edit out all the heavy breathing. I am not in shape. I'm a big fat god dang. Anywho's, we're ready for a tube now. And probably not going to be very fun. Because in all honesty, what a guy should do is mount the tire from that side so that the valve stem is there. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a struggle bus. Struggle bus. I don't know that there's any way that I'm going to be able to get that over there enough where this isn't going to be a fight to the death. Oh, friends, I didn't think about that. Did not think about that at all. Oh well. I've done stupid stuff before. I'm gonna be doing it again. That's okay. We'll figure it out. What you're gonna want to do also is have flying creatures decide that they want to make a nest in there right when you're working. What has Ross done? He's created quite the conundrum for himself. Quite the conundrum. Life would be a lot easier when you're not stupid, but sometimes you are. Okay, I feel like there's going to be people who still don't fully understand what the struggle bus was here. So, the valve stem hole's on the inside, see? Your tube, you'd have to come out of the tire to get it in there. So, what I've done is I've got my little tool here that a viewer sent us. I'm going to go ahead and mount the tire on because that should skip right over that. Then I'm going to try to pull that through. Then we'll try to air it up. It may be that I have to air it up a little beforehand to try to get the tire puffed out, but we'll see what happens. I've had this happen before. This is my fault for stupidity. I should have took the rim off and spun it around backwards. Then I could have mounted it easy. But such is life. So as long as I can get that pulled up in there, you know what I'm saying. As long as a guy can get that in there, it'll be fine. But I just gotta, another thing we're fighting that isn't the normal procedure is this tire has been sitting and it's flat. Sometimes when you get tires and they're brand new, they're like this, where they're scrunched together. And that makes it a little bit harder because you gotta be fighting, pulling it open all the time. But this is gonna go. It's just a matter of, it's a little extra work, but we will get it done. Fear not, friends. We're armed with stupidity, so anything is possible. Also, it's like 80 degrees out here, so that's nice, except the fact that we're not used to it because just the other day it was 16 degrees. So, you know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can, there it is. Let's see if we can do some fishing. Hopefully you can see. What we're gonna do is, see, now we can pull this tire backwards. I'm gonna try to actually push it evenly all the way around.
One eternity later.
Why have it just go our way, you know? I think what we're gonna have to do, I hate to do that because this is how accidents happen. And I don't mean like in the back of your parents' 57 Chevrolet after the prom. I mean like throwing this thing off of here and then having to deal with the results of that. Come on. Oh, so close. Okay. We might make it. Well, once again, friends, you shut off at some point, so I have no idea what kind of footage we got. But if we missed out on this, I finally managed to get this in here, and now we're airing up, so very shortly we should be in better shape, because as the tube inflates, it'll push the tire out and make it easier to get everything oriented. Then I can tighten my little ring even more, because right now it's not very good, but it's the best I could get. Because once again, stupidity set in, and I wasn't thinking, and I should have mounted the tire from this side. I should have taken the rim off and flipped it around or done something. I should have done that the other day before we ever cleaned it up and painted it. I could have flipped it around when the other tire was on there, and we could have done the thing and then flipped it around today when we had it what we wanted. It would have made this part so much easier. But we don't do things the easy way here. We take the long way around, because why not, you know? What else do you have to do on a weekend other than work as hard as you possibly can? As flat as this tire is squeezed together, it's going to take it quite a while to get oriented like we want. But that's okay. The good news is, if it falls off the jack now, it shouldn't crush everything to the point of no return. It should sit on this tire somewhat. See, there we got some jumpy jump. That was the tube going inside of the tire. It was between the, I guess it was between the bead and the rim on the front. But now it's sucked inside, and now it's going to be inflating the tire, pushing out, pushing it against the rim, thus making everything work the correct way and not the incorrect way like it has been this far. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. No, we got as much time as we need. If I let it down another click, it would probably help it. It would probably help it. It's not got a hole in it. It's gonna take it that long because it's so much void to fill, and it's got to push on the tire the whole time. Okay, friends, check this out. Tire mounted on. She ain't no peach, but it holds air and it's round, and that's all we need out of it. We're gonna turn the gas on and we're gonna take this for a proper drive, which we've never done. You know, let's just go for broke. I'll probably stop at the house though if we make it that far without something falling off, and I'll change camera batteries because you're about out. And look at that, crack block, and she don't leak a drop. You know, it'll probably leak when we get it warm, but that's okay. It's earned it. It was living in a junkyard, friends. Don't forget that. Oh, I just remembered something else. I just remembered something important. Start it from the ground so you can choke it, because we never did get our correct length choke cable, because we had such struggles of sadness with the last one. All right, contact, here we go. Fires right up. Oh, whoa, that seat is kind of flippity floppity. I forgot that it's a junk seat. Looky there. Come on. If it had a better manifold on it, it would sound better, because right now you can hear that air sound from where it's blowing through the holes in the manifold. Easy there, you wild horse. Somehow, even with this seat on, I don't really feel secure, but hey. Whoa, whoa. Look at the oil pressure, friends. A junkyard tractor with that good of oil pressure, that's nuts. Uh-oh. You gonna run? Maybe it doesn't have enough. I added fuel, didn't I? The other day? Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't you want to go for a drive? Now you're starting to act funny. I think we need to try to... Let's slide that more like over top of some structure. I feel better. All right, friends. The metric ass millionaire rig is about to take its maiden voyage. And what I'm talking about is like fast down the road. I ain't got no brakes. I got limited steering. I've got a seat that's not probably gonna hold my weight, but hey. This is a lot better than last time when I had nothing. I had nothing. Oh, clutch, come on. It works, don't worry. Hits the dash a little, but I think we gotta do a little finessing. Like our dash is not doing dash things, but we'll fix that. Giddy up. Bolt the sheet metal down, but that's okay. It's fine. Is it though? I don't know. We'll probably run over that one. That would suck. Actually, they're both out, but that's fine. I remember why. We got to do some trimming. All right, junkyard horse. Actually runs pretty smooth for being everything junk. Other than the smoke in my face, this is actually quite a pleasant trip. I mean, that is smooth. I expected a little more clunky bouncing and stuff. Easy. Oh, I forgot no brakes. So nothing coming, that's good. Probably could stand to put a few new U-joints in the steering, but it does steer. Giddy up. Junkyard tractor! Junkyard tractor! How about that? I should take this on a tractor drive, as smooth as it rides. No problem. You just have to know not to put yourself there. Probably dangerous. Okay, what have we learned? Good oil pressure, acceptable temperature. The radiator leaks, but I knew that because that's a radiator I salvaged out of something else. I think it came out of the Craig tractor actually, because I put a new radiator in that one, thinking that this maybe wouldn't amount to anything. But boy, was I wrong. That thing runs pretty darn good for being in a junkyard. And it seems to run better and better the longer that I run it. And that's good news for this thing, because that means it's earned more new parts. So every time they do a little better, that's proof that I can keep going, you know. And what this thing could really use is a new manifold next, and that would eliminate some of that sound that makes it sound like it's missing, because I really don't think it is. I think that other than some smoking, because that one cylinder wall was pretty rough, it runs great. And truth be told, if a guy wanted to save money and fix that, he could probably put one cylinder liner and piston in it and have a pretty good running tractor with no smoke, because I mean, it's very obvious which one was the problem just because of the way that it was. If you remember back, go back and watch those videos, and it's been about a year ago, but I'm impressed, friends. 20 some years in a junkyard, and that thing sailed down the road quiet, rode smooth. I mean, I've got tractors that I would consider nicer that don't run that smooth down the road. So power takeoff stops, you know, once I forgot the other day to get all this stuff, but I think that works fine. So anywho, friends, I mean, what more could you want from something that was left for dead? Yeah, it smokes, but you would too if you were an old man. You'd have some aches and pains and creaks. But boy, for what we got, pretty darn good. We'll get a new manifold. We need to readjust the idle and all that. It's not right. Because I believe, I don't remember if I readjusted all that when I put this new carburetor on. So it's probably not quite perfect. But I gotta say, that's, in the grand scheme of things, I do not have a lot of money in this tractor. I mean, if it threw a rod right now, I could pull the side panels off and the front rims and I'd still have my money's worth, you know. Grills, I guess I put all that new on. But everything that I put on could be taken off and used on something else if you had to. So really, the basic thing of what I bought, I have not spent much money on at all. Everything that was done can be undone very easily. So yeah, I think manifold is my next thing. They were back ordered the other day, or I'd already have one. But we'll get that done. Probably concoct us up a better seat. That seat is okay-ish, but it's very, very, very wore out. It does not hold my weight up. It's still got some springiness in it, but not when I sit on it. Then it's pretty well done. So other than that, I got fenders for it, I think. Our big expense that we'll have on it is putting correct rims and tires on it, because these are too wide. That just puts pressure on everything for no reason. And I can't get fenders on, like I talked before, with this back spacing. Otherwise it wouldn't make much difference. But and we only have 4 out of 8 bolts holding on each side, so probably should address that, you know, that kind of stuff. A little bit of safety, not much, but just a little. But pretty impressive, I think, for no more effort than I had to put in it. I mean, you've gotten a lot of entertainment out of this, and I've had a lot of fun. So I think it's a win. Anywho, I think we'll leave this one here. The sun's setting. We're not gonna be able to see very good, so I'll go park this out of the way and we'll play with it sometime. But right now, it is in a condition where a guy could rake hay with it or something. So if I don't get any more done with it before then, you know, we may be able to hook it to a rake and rake some hay with it, do some actual farm work with it. We could run an auger or something. I mean, the possibilities are endless, friends. I mean, yeah. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching these videos. Your watching doesn't cost anything, and it sure helps me out because it lets me buy more toys like this, save some more stuff from the scrapper. So go ahead and watch them. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, hype, all that stuff. Leave comments. Anything, any interaction you have with the channel helps it out. So do those things. And as always, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.